China's President Xi Jinping and his Belarusian counterpart Alexander Lukashenko have called for a ceasefire and negotiations to bring about a political settlement to the Ukraine conflict at talks in Beijing. The pair expressed deep concern about the development of the armed conflict and called for the soonest possible establishment of peace in the war-struck country of Ukraine. Belarus and China are interested in averting an escalation of the crisis and ready to make efforts to restore regional peace and order, the statement by the two countries read. Their summit brought together two of the foreign leaders on whom Russian President Vladimir Putin is most reliant for support as his army struggles to achieve the goals of its year-old invasion. Since Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022, Belarus has provided considerable military and strategic support to Moscow, while China has refused to condemn the invasion and has continued to support Russia diplomatically. However, Beijing has become increasingly vocal in calling for peace as the Ukraine conflict drags on and denied it would provide arms to Moscow after US officials said China was considering doing so. Standing with Lukashenko for televised comments, she said that Beijing was seeking to strengthen ties with Minsk, given the instability and turbulence of the international situation. In a clear reference to the US and its allies, she added, relevant countries should stop politicizing and using the world economy as their tool and take measures that truly advance a ceasefire and stop to war and resolve the crisis peacefully. Lukashenko added that they were meeting in a very complicated time which demands new unorthodox approaches and responsible political decisions. They must be primarily aimed at prevention of an uncontrolled descent into a global confrontation which has no winners. He pointed to a 12-point peace plan put forward by China last week and said that Belarus comprehensively supports your incentive on international security. China signed a no-limits partnership deal with Russia just weeks before its invasion of Ukraine and has refrained from criticizing Moscow over the war. Meanwhile, Lukashenko allowed Putin to launch the invasion from Belarusian territory and has let Russia train newly mobilized soldiers at the Belarusian bases, while saying he will not enter the war directly until his country is attacked by Ukraine. The summit produced a series of agreements to build on an all-weather partnership agreed between the two countries last year. They signed a range of cooperation documents in economy and trade, industry, agriculture, science and tech, health, tourism and sport, Xinhua News reported.